think. Today's guest built a successful YouTube channel without showing her face in the beginning, and now she's running 2 channels, creating consistent content and making a real income from her videos. So we're diving into exactly how she did it, her content creation system, how she batch records, she has a pretty amazing system, how she edits, and what changed when she finally stepped in front of the camera. So if you're trying to grow your channel, or you're just wondering whether you need to be on screen to succeed, this is going to be the episode for you. And don't go anywhere, because at the end of the stream, as usual, we're opening it up for a live Q&A. So get your questions ready and stick around, and please help me make Jennifer from the Creator Classroom feel very, very welcome. Thank you so much for being here today, Jennifer. Oh, audio, can you hear me? I just saw a thing saying my audio. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. That's perfect. Well, I mean, that's a great way to get the conversation started. So if people in the chat can let us know if they can also hear us, that would be fantastic. I think we're good though. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. I'm so happy to see you.
I am always glad. You know, I will be your guinea pig any day of the week. Except for at the very beginning.
Pardon?
When I refused to get on camera.
Oh.
I said, I'll be your guinea pig any day of the week, except for at the very beginning when I refused to be on camera.
That's it. In the absolute beginning, when I first started doing interviews, this is ages ago, I was like reading all about Jennifer in Video Ranking Academy and her amazing channels that she was growing. It was the Canva Classroom, I believe, at that point. And I just like, I was watching your videos and I was learning so much, and I was like, I got to have this person on for an interview. And at that point you were like, thank you, but no. And I'm like, now you're literally like, let me be on every live. It's so awesome. Okay, good. People can hear us. Motif Music Studio says, welcome Jennifer, you are a hero. Wait, what? Awesome. Is this an in-joke between you two? Because I didn't know what this is about.
You've not watched any of my YouTube shorts lately then.
Jennifer, pull up on your mic, ma'am. Are we not hearing Jennifer very clearly? I'm hearing Jennifer clearly. This is the joy of live streams, folks.
I can't adjust the volume, and my volume.
Yeah, let me. I'll adjust your volume and let's see if that. Can you speak, please, Jennifer?
Speak, please, Jennifer.
Okay. All right. Yes, this is amazing. Elle was saying, I can't believe you would be afraid to be on camera. You are a natural. Absolutely. I'm so excited to chat about and hear your experience of that. So let's jump straight into things. It's a little quiet for Jennifer.
That's weird, because it's always so loud for me when I'm editing and I have to gain it down.
I have you up as high as possible, and we also have, let me see what's going on here.
I can also move my mic up a little bit.
Yeah, why don't you do that and we'll see what happens. Geology dude says we have some echo. Well, folks, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. I'm going to put these in for fun. See if this just changes the whole experience.
Oh.
What is your mic setting?
It doesn't.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that it?
Now.
Oh my gosh, you sound like an angel now. Wow. Yeah, okay, cool. To be honest, I'm going to tell you what happened for me. I was like, okay, Like, because I thought it doesn't sound as clear as Jennifer, but I'm also operating on not very much sleep because I have a 1-year-old. Maybe it's just me. Okay, fantastic. Oh, look at that. We workshopped it together. I love you
Yep.
all. You're a beautiful community. Love live streaming. Yes. So now that we can hear everyone, oh, now it's great. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You are all fantastic. All right. Cool. Whew.
Oh, remember when I went and changed shirts? That's probably when it happened.
Yeah, because I thought yeah, anyway, here we are. We've made it. We've made it to the
We're
questions of
good.
the interview, folks. I'm
We've
so excited.
we've only wasted 8 minutes. Let's
All right,
go.
I'm gonna have to make sure. Yeah, well, let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. All right, so without further ado, can you take us back, Jennifer, to the very beginning? What was it that actually made you want to start a YouTube channel? And why did you decide to go faceless at first?
So the you know I have 2 channels.
I
The
do.
first channel, I kicking and screaming. I did not want to start it. I did not want to start it at all. And then my husband said, maybe you would enjoy the editing part. Let me show you a few things. He was right. Don't tell him I said that.
Oh,
But he
never.
was right. I loved the editing part. And then someone said, how did you get the words on your videos? And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. Right? Like I can verbally explain it, but I don't know how. And so I'm explaining this. And he said, well, we could hook you up to a screen recorder, get you a little mic, and you could film how you did it and send it to the person. I'm like, it's a pretty good idea. So that's what I did. Send it to the person. And then the person said, you're pretty good at this. You should have a channel. And I'm like, well, I got to figure out how to edit them first. So I started filming horrible Canva tutorials. They were so bad. And I knew that they were bad. But the reason why I chose to be faceless is that I did not know how to edit screen recordings. And I thought adding a layer of me on camera would add to the complexity of what I was trying to do. And what I was trying to do was teach how to use Canva. It wasn't be on camera. And so that's why I decided to start off that way. Plus, I didn't have a camera to film. We had a camera for our other channel, but we would have had to set that up anytime I wanted to film. That would have been too complicated for me. Oh, at 10 o'clock, oh, someone asked how to do this. Oh, let me hook this up. I can't do that. I'm not techie. Just no. So we just did it faceless and that. And then I realized that I really was very uncomfortable in front of the camera. So that's why on the project help desk, I'm hardly ever on camera. I'm almost always behind the camera, holding the camera, hardly ever on camera.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's so interesting. So it's like the two kind of went hand in hand of it wasn't really very practical and also you just felt quite uncomfortable. So what was it for you? Can you identify like what was it that shifted in you that made you want to be on camera? Because as someone was saying earlier, like it's hard to imagine now.
Um, I think it was the fact that for me, I learn best when I can see the person speaking, when I'm trying to learn how to do something on screen. And here I was that was making something that I wouldn't learn from.
Interesting.
So my teaching style at that time was in a way that I wouldn't have been able to learn.
Yeah.
And then I also felt like I would connect better with people if I was on camera so that they could see if I have a long pause that there's a reason for the long pause. I'm either considering my words or something very subtle is happening on screen and I don't want to speak, something like that. Um, and then it was just, I felt like it was something that I needed to grow because I felt like I would be stuck. And I meant to look this up before now, but I felt like I was going to be stuck at where I was in my YouTube journey if I stayed voice only.
Mm.
Because when you're voice only, um, you have to cut out almost every single thing that makes you you. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like, I can't have pauses in the middle of a word when I'm doing a voiceover only. It has to be clear because if there's a pause, people are gonna leave.
Yeah. Oh, how interesting. So it must have been a huge challenge to get in front of the camera for the first time then for you. And how did it kind of, what impact do you feel like getting in front of the camera had on your channel? Like, did people notice? Was there much of
Oh,
a response from your audience?
I don't think that many people commented that they were noticing, but I did notice, more subscribers, longer watch time, and excuse me, I don't know that it was just that I changed from faceless to having a face on camera. I think it was probably also a little bit of I had gotten better,
You were
better
better.
at editing.
That is
You
that
know,
is that's better.
I was a I was a better.
Yeah. Hashtag better in the comments if you want to
Wait,
be a
we're
better
gonna
editor. Yeah.
wait.
Wow.
Should that be my first merch?
Yes, definitely. Hashtag better. Love
Better.
it. That it also could be somebody who edits while they're laying in a bed. Anyway, so there you go. So many possibilities.
Elle says it's her new favorite word.
Well, it's a good word. Yes. So you became a better editor, possibly. I mean, I guess that's just the thing is, it's just constantly growing and improving, and that idea of getting 1% better to better.
So the other thing is, even once I started showing my face on camera, I had it was supposed to be a good quality webcam. And it probably was a good quality webcam, but I can't have a lot of lighting. I struggle with that. And so because when it's too bright, I get headaches. You
Mm,
cannot film good quality content if you have a massive headache. And
yeah.
so the low lighting caused a situation, and my webcam did not look good. I still used it because it's what I bought. But the moment I had the money and could like reasonably afford it, I bought the best camera that I could afford that would work well with that low lighting. And that has made a world of difference.
That's incredible. What's the name of the camera that you use?
This one is a Sony ZV-E1 with the 16 millimeter lens. Not
Amazing.
that
And
I've said that.
I'm going to assume that your that's in your Amazon storefront,
It is.
which is linked
And,
in the description of this video, folks, if you want to check out that camera. Yeah, amazing.
but yeah, it's a geology dude. Jennifer broke through the hashtag Bediter threshold.
That's amazing. Omar says, I feel seen because I do edit in bed. Lol. Yeah, it's a great place to do it. It's very cozy. It's freezing in Australia where I am at the moment, so I feel like I'm gonna definitely get into a little bit of editing as well in the coming
So
months.
you heard it here, folks. It may have been an accident, but you heard it here first.
You did hear it here first. You do have to make merch that says that. Everyone here will definitely get it. So did you ever, when you were starting out on your YouTube channel, did you ever think one day I'll show my face, or did that come as an absolute surprise to you?
I thought that one day I might be comfortable. And to me, if there's a might, then there's a chance. So, like one day, like a long time ago, I said, oh, I might have a YouTube membership. I've got a YouTube membership. Like I might have merch. Well, on Friday, I think I'm doing research for YouTube shopping. So, like I know that if I say I might do something, then chances are I'm probably going to do something. So at the very beginning, I'm like, I might show myself on camera. I showed myself on camera.
That's great. How good. That's a good system. That kind of leads us into a little bit. I was going to ask you about what are the ways that you have been able to monetize your channel. So memberships is amazing.
I've got the YouTube memberships. Now, if I'm being completely honest, very little.
Okay.
Very, very little. But what my YouTube members do get is, and this just updated, I just updated that this week, early access to all of my long form videos. So because I batch create. What?
I'm going to show you what, oh, hang on. That's my intro. That's not what I want to show. Hang on. Me and my screen share. It's my whole screen. It's my intro. It's my questions. Oh my God. I'm on display. How do I get rid of that? Screen share. Let's have a look. Hang on. Go away. Notes. Go away. Oh my God. Go away. Oh my God, my files. What is happening? Okay, I am not showing you my screen today. Marianne, help me. What do I do? All right. Woo! Woo! That was too much. Hang on. Oh, God. Wow. Ecamm Live, you are freaking me out. I'm going to get better at this, I promise. Is that going to do it? No, that's okay. Not doing it. No, I want to show your channel. Okay, here. Whoo! That was exciting.
You should have said everybody close your eyes.
Cheating. Gosh, yeah. All right, that's something fun for everyone to look back on. Hope there wasn't nothing weird there. All right, so I do want to show people. Okay, if we go into your videos.
Yep.
So here we go. So that people can get a visual of what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Members first.
Yeah, members first. This is really cool. I just saw this on your channel when I was stalking you hard over the past week.
So basically, I batch film everything. So this week, I'm filming video 1 and video 2 for July. And then next week will be video 3 and video 4 for July. I batch film everything, but I want YouTube members to have access to that as soon as I can get it ready.
Yeah.
So typically by halfway through the month, so halfway through June, I'll schedule all of my July videos and YouTube members will have early access to it. And it's just a way to say, hey, thanks for helping me out. But I've got YouTube memberships. I started off with Amazon Associates that was the easiest barrier for entry for me.
Cool.
And we get some from that. And then I'm a one step at a time kind of girl. I've always been that way. I don't need like 10 or I don't need to learn 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever. Do one thing at a time. So once I got Amazon Associates like locked down and I understood that, I added a different thing. And I think the different thing was YouTube partnership. So I
Mm.
am in the YouTube partnership. I get ads on both channels. Um, and then once that was sorted out, I turned on super chats.
Yeah.
Like I just, I slowly stacked things. And then once that, I felt settled in that, I signed up to be an Amazon influencer to get a storefront. Oh, I guess first was actually Canva affiliate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was first.
Yeah. Awesome. And so there
And
might be some people watching who don't know about the Amazon affiliate program and how that works. So would you be able to like briefly describe what that process was like for you?
look at look at Speak Spanish Nell's comment. So for Amazon Associates, basically, it's been so long. I remember I earned 88 cents.
Yeah.
Um,
Amazing. That's such a typical
my first
first
one was
paycheck.
88 cents. Um, uh, I remember that I just had to apply and submit a channel. I submitted the other channel because, or the Project Help Desk, because it had more subscribers.
Yeah.
And you're making me very uncomfortable being on camera.
Okay.
See,
Woo!
y'all,
All right. There we go.
I still get uncomfortable on camera when I see myself full.
That was
Like
too
it's
much. All
very
right.
hard.
We'll go to this one.
It's hard for me to edit myself, actually.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Right.
weird?
No, it's not. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's a common feeling.
And so I had to get three. It was approved pretty much right away, and I
Mm.
had to get three sales. Like I had to sell three items in a certain period of time. I can't remember whether it was 90 days or 6 months, or I don't know. I think they're always changing it, but I
Mm.
had to get three sales. And my strategy was I would get these links that would link to specific products. And I went through the Project Help Desk archive of videos and went, okay, what video did I feature a product in that I've already shared about that I clearly loved that I could
Mm.
add an affiliate link to? Oh, this video, it this video has a heater in it. That heater cost $500. Let me put this affiliate link for this heater in this old video.
Wow,
Maybe
that's so
someone will
smart.
buy a heater. And so I went through archives of YouTube videos where I had products that I already loved that I either bought or didn't buy from Amazon, got my affiliate link and put it in the description, of course, with all the disclaimers that are required. Um,
Mm.
and then sometimes I've got two strategies. One is very subtle, like I left click my mouse. You know, I got a left click and then I hold up the mouse. That's a very subtle product strategy, right? Like, this is my favorite mouse. This mouse makes me edit faster than I edited without this mouse.
Wow, what kind of
I
mouse
don't
have you
think,
got? In the
right?
comments,
And,
yeah?
and, if, and if you ask me, I'm like, I don't know. I can't see it, but it's it's in my Amazon storefront. So, like that sort of thing. And I'm
Yeah.
not obnoxious about it. And I don't go, oh, there's a link in the
Yeah.
description. right? That's like
There is a link in
passive
the description though,
strategy.
folks. There is a link in the description.
Okay.
I'm,
So
yeah, I love that.
that's very
That's awesome.
passive. And then there's videos that I'm very purposeful. Like I'm going to be filming a video next week specifically about my Stream Deck. Well, of course, I'm going to link to the Stream Deck, but it's going to be how I use it to edit faster and also how you can make
Yeah.
custom keys on it and things like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
totally. So it's not just like a yucky, slimy commercial for a product. It's like as it exists
right.
in your world. I think that's something that people get a bit freaked out by the idea of that. I know in the beginning I did. I was like, oh, I sell stuff through Amazon. But then it's like, well, it's stuff that people are looking for, that they want, that helps them, that we use. And I think that's the big difference between doing the Amazon affiliate program well and with integrity and just like trying to make heaps of money. But by the way, it's not a very good way to make heaps of money in the beginning, because it's like a 2% commission. Like there's other great affiliate programs out there. We'll go on.
You said it's only like 2%. But Amazon, there's Amazon Associates, Amazon
Yeah.
Influencers. I knew about those two. What I did not know about was Creator Connections,
Ooh.
which you can sign up to be. And this is once you're an associate, you can sign up to be something called a Creator Connections. And sometimes they'll have products that give a higher commission based. So,
Ah.
like, a couple years ago, we did videos on these laundry hanger things. And I noticed that it was one of my top links. So I clicked it just to see the product again, to see maybe I should revisit that as a video. And I noticed that it had a Creator Connection banner at the bar at the top. And so anytime I sell one of those, not only do I get the regular commission on Amazon, I get the 10% commission from
Oh.
Creator Connection.
Wow.
Like
Yes,
it's a
Motif
limited
Music
time,
Studios
but
is
yeah.
saying what I'm thinking. Ooh, Creator Connections, need more of that in my life. Yeah, it's oh, I love having these chats because I learn so much from having these chats. It's amazing. This is like the sneakiest idea for a podcast, because I get to learn so much from all you incredible content creators. Yes, Marianne says you're robbing your viewers the knowledge if you don't share. It makes it easier for them to know where to get things that could help them. Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Oh, how good to know about. How good to know about. I saw Omar said that he has 50 questions. I have to create a Google form. Thank you. I will. There will
That's
be a
good.
Google. That's a really good idea. But for now, why don't you just drop them in the chat here? Maybe not all 50 of them. We might not be able to get around to them all today, but this is a very good point in the conversation to say, drop your comments, your questions in the chat.
That they've been blowing up the chat.
They have been blowing up the chat. I've starred a couple that have come through, but if you've asked something, I might not have seen it, so ask it again, and put a few question marks before. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, like this. Got a question? Drop it in the chat with question marks.
And I know that someone wants to ask how I
Yes.
how I stay consistent and how I
Yes.
batch them. I know that's a question they're
It is a
dying to ask.
question. It is a question. So, okay. Jennifer, what does your content creation system look like?
If only I sent you a PDF of my brain before this.
Only you had sent me a PDF of your brain. Up. There it is. Here's your brain. Your brain looks an awful lot like a calendar.
I've been like this since I was little, like elementary school. I have always thought in calendar. And this doesn't actually happen on an actual calendar. It happens all in my head. So I start off when I'm thinking about like what I'm going to do this month or next month, I think of it in a calendar at a time. And if we could go to page 2, please.
Sure.
Um, Essentially, what I do is I think, what days can I not film? What days am I absolutely not filming a single thing, at least for the creator classroom? I may film for the project help desk just because my husband's at home and it's for that channel, but I am not sitting at my computer and doing this sort of stuff on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Those are non negotiables. And so then that leaves me with Monday through Thursday. So, next slide. And then in my head, I go ahead and make little marks of days that I absolutely cannot film, days that I could film. Like all these little squares and triangles and circles are dates that I have appointments or something. So, for example, the little green dot is actually this live stream. It was something that I can't change. I cannot change the time of this live stream, but it's green because I would be available in the morning to film. The red, so the red for tomorrow, I've got a hair appointment. I can't change that. It's sometime in the middle afternoon. It takes me a while to get there, a while to get back. I'm not filming. So that's Thursday, I've got something I have to do. I could probably film or edit, but I would rather not. So that's why it gets a triangle in my mind. So, like there's days where I can film or edit, but and some days that I can't. And so then the next slide will show that I filled in my brain when I'm going to film, what appointments I have, what else I'm going to do for the whole month. So, yesterday I filmed video 1. Today I filmed video 2. Tomorrow I've got my hair. Thursday I'll film shorts, but also I will finish whatever I didn't get done on Monday and Tuesday. Friday, my newsletter goes out, and it's just like, I know what this means. And all of this is in my head.
That's incredible. And this is like being so clear about, I'm very curious at the moment about like different ways of staying organized, because like Emily, my daughter, is about to start another day of childcare, and I'm like, I really need to make the most of this time. And like, this is just such a good way to do it, just making it so clear for yourself when you can't do things, and making the most of that time when you can do things. Because I don't know if people caught earlier on, Jennifer mentioned that she has content already recorded all the way up to, did you say July?
Today's would have been the second Monday of July.
Yeah. Mind blowing.
Yeah. The video I filmed yesterday was for the first Monday of July. The video I filmed today is for the second Monday of July. And by the way, the video 1 is edited completely. I could actually it could go public now because I've got the title, I've got the thumbnail, I've pretty much got the description, I've got everything I need. It could go public now, but it's not.
I find it amazing that you have the self-control not to just make them all public all at once.
No, because I need my time. So what I didn't say is one of those weeks is basically like a rest week. So I need a rest decompression week and if I don't batch, then I can't have that week to rest.
And you have, so like, are you pretty much working on YouTube full time?
Because I've got chronic illness, I'm at home.
Yeah.
And so I have to figure out a way to work when I feel good and rest when I don't. And so I like to have to film like I generally am going to film my videos that I need for the next month, the first 2 weeks. So I generally have 2 days where I plan to film and then a backup film date, just in case one of those dates isn't working. Like, for example, when I fell off the steps the other day, which by the way is included, I included that footage in the first July video because I thought it was funny. For
It
July,
is funny.
I
It's
think
also like it's very
it's
stressful.
terrifying.
It's awful.
And I forgot where I was going with it. My brain just left my body.
You have lots of stuff filmed.
I do.
You do. You're filming full time. You have chronic fatigue, chronic illness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's incredible because it's like, and the fact that you give yourself those weeks of rest, which is obviously so important and healing for your body, and that you give yourself days off, that you're not doing it all of the time. It's really, like, I think it's mind blowing how much you have in advance. And I think that's probably for people who are juggling like full-time work or whatever, that level of filming in advance would probably be a little bit challenging, but there's a version of that, isn't it?
Marianne has a question. Why you take a week off?
Great question.
I take a week off because I need it for creativity. If I am creating constantly and constantly and constantly, I don't give my brain a chance to breathe. And I can't come up with more great ideas. And then I start filming what I call, well, crap. Like it's just going to be crap. And so like that week that I took off this last month, actually, I was working on a different project, and that project inspired me for a video that I filmed today. If I hadn't had that video that I was working on for the Project Help Desk, I wouldn't have been inspired for the video that I'm filming today, which, by the way, is the video I filmed today is about how to do compilation videos right. Because people are like, just take clips from old videos and slam them together. Well, that's if you want to do that, it's going to be a horrible video. There's a way to do it right. So I came up with a fresh strategy. By the way, FRESH is an acronym, and I made a newsletter. I made a PDF for it to send to my newsletter subscribers.
That's fantastic. Oh, so good. So, yeah. Oh, Marianne says, no, I was trying to remind you where you might have lost your thought, but a good question anyway. Oh. Lol. It was a good question. It was a very good question. What do you actually do in your week off? Because it sounds a little bit like you're still working in a way.
Typically on my weeks off, I will have like that last week because I've got 2 weeks that are off. I will spend an hour or two brainstorming, planning for the next month. But the week that's really week off, I really only spend maybe 30 minutes at the computer a day, maybe, if that. I try to at least 3 of the 5 days during the week not be at the computer at all. But sometimes I have a meeting with like Canva. So my rest week this month, I've got a meeting with Canva. That's going to be an hour. Well, I'm not going to skip a meeting with Canva.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very reasonable. I was wondering, if you were going to start your channel again from scratch, would you start faceless again? And why or why not?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Because I needed the skills to know how to edit that type of video. and I did not have the skills to be able to edit 2 different tracks. Like, I just did not have those skills. And so if having the same skills that I had then, I would do it the exact same way.
Yeah.
I might have shown my face a little earlier, but I think I showed my face at the right time.
I love that. I love that. And I guess it's like it was the gateway content creation, the style of content creation for you. And that's amazing. What about so your channel was already growing before you were showing your face. Like, do you remember how far it got, what kind of views or watch hours or whatever you were getting before you transitioned?
No, I don't know. That's what I was going to look up, and then I got distracted.
But it was definitely chugging along, and I think like
it was more than 500 subscribers. I don't know.
I reckon it was more than that. I reckon it was a solid amount. Anyway, it would be interesting to know. We're never going to know now.
You're never going to know.
We're never going to know. But I think it's
Mary. Mary asked a great question.
Mary has asked a great question. What video editor are you using?
Right now I use Camtasia, and I'm also a Camtasia affiliate. That just happened last week. Yeah.
And you have Camtasia videos on your channel as well now, don't you? Like Jennifer's channel, folks, is a really amazing resource for content creators. So do make sure you check it out. It's linked in the description for you. But yeah. Tell us more about Camtasia.
A video's coming out at the end of the month. Well, YouTube members have access already, but how I film my face and my screen.
Yeah.
And then next month, the one that I'm going to film next week is like my favorite editing tips in Camtasia. Like, basically, it's more geared for people that share their screen, but also it would be good for a lot of these are things that I do for the other channel too that aren't sharing the screen. But yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I also forgot to. What camera do I use? This one. We're going back in time about 30 minutes. Sorry for missing your question, Omar. I have the Sony ZV-E10, which I don't know. Can you still get this camera? I don't know if you can even still get this camera. Does anyone know? Anyway,
I thought so. It was on my.
It's on your list.
Sony ZV-E10.
E10. Yeah. Okay. Well, last time I looked at the link, it was like, you can't get it, but the link's in the description. If it's there, it's there. But yeah, I love this camera. I've had it for a few years now, and it's like, it's so simple. It's just so simple. I think I watched like one video of how to adjust the settings, and I went, okay, cool, and never changed it. So yeah, I love it. Plug it in, ready to go. It's good. It's a little winner. Unless anyone has any burning questions, I would love to ask you one final question before we wrap up and I go and feed my baby breakfast.
You said you had starred comments. Did you look at those?
I thought I starred comments, but I'm a little bit.
You didn't?
No. Yeah. So
Mommy
if anyone has any burning questions, this is your opportunity while Jennifer's answering this question. Otherwise, we will wrap up. So, if someone's watching today or tomorrow or the replay or whatever, if they're just getting started, what's one thing that you would go back and tell yourself when you had 0 subscribers?
It's going to take me a second. Because I know what I want to say. I just want to say it in a better way of, basically that you've got this. Just learn just take it one step at a time, because you can't take 10, 12, 14 steps at a time. just learn one thing at a time, take it super simple. And then as you learn skills, you can move to the next step.
I
And
love that.
that right there, I learned the day I almost quit YouTube. That's a story. I heard it from Nick Nimmin. Like essentially, it's something that he says at the end of his live streams, and so that really resonated with me. Like, oh, I I should just focus on learning how to cut video. I should just learn how to focus. Oh, now I can learn how to add B-roll. Oh, now I can add text. Now I can, So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's beautiful. I love that so much. Omar asks, what's the secret for batching?
I don't know who this Jen person is he's talking
Oh,
to. He knows
yeah.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
think
because
what
he
he
didn't use
means
my
to say, I think what he means to say is, Jennifer, what's the secret for batching? He did also call you the batching queen earlier, so I don't know if that earns him any points.
um so I just wanted to make sure that that was clear because one person calls me that and the next thing you know you got 10,000 people calling me that.
Yeah.
No.
No, it won't happen
Um,
here.
we'll get some laughs. Motive. The day I almost quit YouTube, I'll be waiting for that. I guess we need to do another live.
How long is the story? Because I'm not hearing any crying yet. Too
It
long.
might
All
need
right,
to
we'll talk
wait.
about it next time. We'll talk
Um,
about that next time.
okay, for batching, you just have to, like for me, my secret is knowing, like really nailing it in planning. So I take the full week to plan and I brainstorm one day and then I plan videos, like one video per week each day. And I have all of that stuff ready before I film. That way I can batch film and I can just like pop them off one after another. Um,
Mm.
some days it's one video per day. Some videos take a couple days to work through. But when I started, it took me 2 weeks to film one very bad video or edit one very bad video.
Is
And
that
now I can
video still
edit
on
a
your channel?
great video. No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
no.
I was going to say, I love going watching people's first ever video and then where they're at now and like comparing that difference. It's very
No, it's
inspiring.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. And the reason why it's not, I mean, there are a lot of older videos on there. But the reason why those specifically aren't is because I don't even know if Canva had moved to Canva point two when I
Okay.
published those videos. Like it might have been at the very beginning. And like
Mm.
none of them made sense because a lot of them were like PowerPoint presentation type slides. So where I had a static image and I'm just talking underneath it saying what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just didn't make sense to keep that up on the channel when Canva had changed so much that it just did not make sense.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So they were probably not really very relevant anymore. So on the batch recording, then I will get to your question, Mary, as well. How long is your editing process for all those videos?
It depends on the video. The one yesterday, I started filming at 7 o'clock and I exported it at 10:59. So I filmed and completely edited it from 7 to 10:59. Um,
I'm not good at
I
maths, but that sounds like under 4 hours.
8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, just under 4 hours to film and edit.
Wow.
That one was a video about, well, the search term would be how to upload a PDF in Canva.
Mm.
But it's boring. I don't do boring. My video is how to not spend hours creating a freebie for your newsletter.
Yeah.
And the skill is how to upload an old freebie into Canva and
Mm.
re-edit it.
Oh, that's so good. So that video that only took 4 hours to
Starting recording.
from starting recording to upload, so editing and everything. How long does that video go for? Is that like
Hold on and
a
I can tell you.
15-minute video, 4 minute, 7?
I'm looking. 8 minutes and 43 seconds is the edited.
Wow. Okay. Because I've heard like there's like an average of an hour per minute in editing for a lot of people. That's pretty impressive. But I guess this is the
Yeah.
thing. The editing process speeds up when you do it heaps. Like when you're
And
doing it a lot and you have systems in place.
my system is I also batch edit for a video. So what does that mean? Um, I will film in segments. So I film my intro first. I get that down. And then before I do anything else, I go ahead and edit that. So that way I know that I've got my intro solid. Or sometimes if my intro's not going well, I will film the chunk of it and then I'll go back and film the intro. Because sometimes I need just a little like, okay, let me get in the teaching mode and then I can get in like, okay, I can get in hook mode. It just depends on the day. But when I'm editing, I've got 2 tracks, which this will partially be in the video that I'm filming next week. But I've got 2 tracks, one of the screen share, and then one of me. And I will go through it and I just cut. I don't worry about positioning. I don't worry about any of that. I just cut out what I know I don't want and I keep it lined up. And then I go back through and do positioning. Or if I'm really on a roll with how I'm speaking, I will group all of that together and then I will film the next segment. And then I go ahead and chop it up. And the reason why I do the editing between the segments is because it gives me a good idea of whether I missed anything. And I can go ahead and film
Wow.
while I've still got that screen up rather than moving on to the next thing.
Wow. It sounds like you are very, very good at staying focused.
I am, and I have a Canva document where I've got my script outline. I hardly look at it, but the next page is my thoughts while I'm filming and editing.
Yeah.
So if I film a segment and I really like the way it went, I'll write that went very smoothly. If I'm editing and tech stuff is happening or I get a lot of interruptions, I put that too. That way I can look back at those notes and go, what was my mindset when I was filming and editing this? Because sometimes I come up with additional ideas for filming later while I'm doing all of that.
Oh, love it. Omar says that that is what he needed to hear. That's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, I think it's like one of the things, one of the big benefits as well of having because I've it's happened occasionally in my content creation journey that I'll go, I got an idea. And then I'll sit down and I'll film it and I'll edit it and I'll upload it. And it's all happened. And it was very fast and easy. And I know you have a forever set up, like your stuff is there ready to go. And I think that's one of the big benefits of setting up your space like that. Like I've got everything that I need attached to my desk. That makes that process a little bit faster and a little bit easier. And now I have one final question that we're going to ask that is from Mary Spiegel. What do you offer in your membership? We won't be able to go too much into detail for time, but
Well, if I'm going to say it succinctly, just click the join button and find out.
That is very
No,
succinct.
no. The biggest benefit is that members get early access to all my long form videos. So, like by the middle of June, you'll have videos like that I'm scheduling out through the end of July.
Mm,
And
yeah.
sometimes I have members only live streams where typically only one person is in there. So it's basically like I'm doing live stream, I'm working on stuff on the back end. Someone comes in, they can ask a question, I give them an answer, and then I keep on working.
Mm.
So yeah, it's
Actually, I
just
have one more question for you.
yeah.
Based on that, the uh, the membership live streams stuff that's members only. Do those views count towards watch hours? Do you know?
No, because they're private.
Okay. And so then once it goes public,
The members on my members only live streams are just members only.
oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't public I don't publish those.
So it's just the early release videos, those ones go
Yes.
public
Yes. Once
on the schedule.
those
Yeah.
those members first videos, those views and watch hours do count.
Okay.
But it's just the live streams because that's not public.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Plus, YouTube membership, you have to have a certain number of watch hours to be able to get it in the
Yeah.
first place.
That's a very good point. You make so many very good points, and thank you for all of the very good points that you have made here today. Folks, if
Competitor.
you are such a wonderful bediter. Folks, if you have enjoyed this conversation, there are a few other conversations that I've had with Jennifer over the years where she goes into a little bit more detail about living with chronic illness and continuing to create content. That was a really inspiring conversation that I have linked in the description for you to check out. And also make sure you check out Jennifer's channel if you haven't come across the Creator Classroom before. That is super helpful for YouTubers, and the Project Help Desk is just awesome if you like knowing how to do stuff around your house and fixing things and doing stuff. Yeah.
Right now, our big project is the garden.
Oh, wow. That's very exciting because it's what? Springtime where you are. How gorgeous. We got all the autumn leaves falling. Thank you everyone so much for being here. It's always so much fun. And next week, I'm going to be chatting with Elle, which is very exciting, who's here in the chat, I think. You here in the chat, Elle? Yeah, you have been. You're here. Which is going to be so much fun. So yeah, make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place, and have a beautiful week. Bye.